Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Sadguru Bhakta Hari Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Anushikam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you so much for joining. Anybody likes to read? It's
Hare Krishna,
the last affirmation, 20 affirmations we are reading every day. The last one in this Please read Ramrit Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I relish chanting the holy name. Be grateful to be blessed with an opportunity to be able to chant the Maha Mantra. When you chant, your consciousness is transformed and all impurities can be cleansed. Chanting of the Maha Mantra elevates your consciousness to its original state of purity. In this way, remind yourself that you, the soul, certainly relishes chanting the holy name every single day. The holy name is saying, I am present here. My mercy is here. My love is here. Please receive it. Please accept it. Please feel it. The Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is a transformative sound vibration. Chanting and hearing of the Maha Mantra not only transforms our consciousness, but it also allows us to become agents for change for society at large. Therefore, prioritize your spiritual life. You are not going to feel emptiness when you experience real spiritual happiness. Make sure to set out your goals on how to improve your chanting and gradually work towards them. If you really want to improve your japa, you can. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Serious, if we really wants to improve our japa, definitely we can do. Mercy is already there. Mercy is already there. We just have to put endeavor. Right?
Prabhuji, we cannot hear you, bro.
1 second.
Your voice is low, because
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
no, Prabhuji, still voice is very low.
Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Headphones కొంచెం
I think in computer and laptop you might have reduced the.
లేదు లేదు అది ఉంది ఇప్పుడు 100 ఉంది ఇది రిపీటెడ్గా వస్తుంది చూడాలి ఇది 100 ఓకే ఐఎమ్ పుట్టింగ్ మై హెడ్ఫోన్స్ లెట్ మీ సీ హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ్ 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 హరే హరే ఇప్పుడు క్లియర్ ఏనా
Yes, Prabhu.
Is it okay?
Yes.
Yeah, Jai. Thank you very much. So this, be grateful to be blessed with an opportunity to be able to chant the Hare Krishna mantra. See, when we chant, what happens? Cheto darpanama janam bhava mahadava nirvapanam. Sikshastakam prayer. Our consciousness is going to be transformed for material contaminations. All impurities can be cleansed. Cheto darpanam janam. In our heart's mirror, there are so many things because we are unable to see the soul and the super soul sitting in our bodies. It's there. Their presence is there. Krishna is within us as a Paramatma, right? Soul is situated in sarva yunishu kaunteya aham bija pradapita. Many verses there. Krishna is sitting with us. Besides our soul. So chanting of Hare Krishna mantra elevates our consciousness, its original state of purity. Soul is pure. Soul never impure. Body becomes impure when so many attachments and so many materialistic way of life again. So in this way, remind ourselves, you, the soul, certainly relishes the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra every single day. Holy name itself says, what is saying? I am present here. My mercy is here. My love is here. Please receive it. Please accept it. Please feel it. Hare Krishna mantra is a transformative sound vibration. It is not a material sound vibration. It is a spiritual sound vibration. But spiritual sound vibration only purifies, not material sound vibration. That's why holy name, purity, holy, pure names. Chanting and hearing Maha Mantra not only transforms our consciousness, but also allows us to become agents for change for society at large. So this change agents society at large, because we know our position, we know our identity, we know, so we got the spiritual knowledge. No, we respect everybody. We get the, no, all living entities are Krishna's part and parcels. Uh, so again, four regulative principles. So it's a change agents, right? We are not, what is that? హాని ఏమంటారు, హానిని తెలుగులో ఏమంటారు, హాని హాని హాని. వీఆర్ నాట్, తెలుగులో హాని అని ఉంటుంది ఒక వర్డ్, ఇంగ్లీష్లో ఒక గుర్తు రావట్లేదు. వీఆర్ నాట్ డూయింగ్ ఎనీ హార్మ్ టు anybody, because we understood every living entity part and parcel of Supreme Lord, and our life is dharmic life, following four regulative principles. So it's become a change agent. Krishna conscious devotees means is endowed with good qualities, good values. Prioritize spiritual life. Prabhuji and Mata is prayer. I'm spending some time on this. Prioritize our spiritual life. Very, very important. Please prioritize. Please take up seriousness in the process. Practice nicely. Come to 7:30. Possible. Make it possible, please. No, join only Raju Prabhu, myself, and sometimes Samit Tamata is joining. I'm requesting everybody, please join. If you have some work, okay, 1 or 2 days, it's okay. But at least if we come together and chant, congregational chanting, that helps and benefit for each of us to get inspiration and chant nicely. So prioritize our spiritual life. You are not going to feel emptiness. Emptiness is there in material life. You cannot become happy every time. But in spirituality, if you add Krishna into our lives, change is there. You cannot feel empty. We are always engaged with services. By doing services, we get the happiness, real spiritual happiness. Make sure to set your goals, how to improve our chanting, gradually work towards them. If you really want to improve your japa, you can. We can do it. We can do it. We achieved many things. Of course, Krishna's mercy, unless Krishna's mercy is there, we cannot even in set situated in our right now, whatever positions or whatever things we have. It's his mercy only. So if you really want to please him, you can make it. You can make it. Chant nicely, please. Chanting means what? What is the meaning of Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Engaging our senses to giving pleasure to Lord. Simple. Please give me some service. Engage me in your service. So please take up and join 7:30 calls in the chanting. I mentioned, I titled as chant with family. Right now, summer time is there. If you can join with your family members, of course, during before that, exams there, sometimes won't join devotees. But if kids are having summer holidays, if chant with family, that helps a lot for kids also. The samskaras creates in their mind helps, definitely helps. Oh, I'm sitting at later point of their lives, in kids' life. I chanted with my mother, I chanted with my father. We all sit together, chanted nicely. That helps. Krishna is watching every minute. He has eyes everywhere. Okay. This soul is there. Yeah, spend time with all family members. Very good. His mercy is there, already there. I am present there. I am present here. Holy name is a Krishna. There is no difference between Krishna and his holy name. Nama Prabhu. Harinam Prabhu ki jai. We say that, right? Harinam Prabhu. Krishna is there. His mercy is there. His love is there. We just have to receive it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prabhuji and Mataji. Please take up seriousness. These are all every day we read these affirmations for encouragement to chant nicely. Okay. So please join 7:30 call again. My humble request. Let us do nicely. chanting in congregation. Thank you so much. So let us begin with our Mangalacharna prayer and read with our Bhagavatam. Today the chapter is going to complete. There are 4 verses left. We'll see. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nite Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. Which chapter? Anybody remember? Which chapter we are reading? Canto 1, chapter 7.
7.
Entitled as Son of Drona punished. Yeah, Son of Drona punished. This is 50. From this one. So 56. Okay. Start, Mata. You can. Yeah, Deepa Mata.
Screen sharing is not there.
Oh. 56 verse.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. He, Ashwathama, had already lost his bodily luster due to infanticide, and now, moreover, having lost the jewel from his head, he lost even more strength. Then he was unbound and driven out of the camp. Thus being insulted, the humiliated Ashwathama was simultaneously killed and not killed by the intelligence of Lord Krishna and Arjuna.
Yeah, thank you, Doctor. Samyukta, please go.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Cutting the hair from his head, depriving him of his wealth, and driving him from his residence are the prescribed punishments for the relative of a Brahmana. There is no injunction for killing the body.
Yeah, thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Sandhya Mataji, you can do it.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thereafter, the sons of Pandu and Draupadi, overwhelmed with grief, performed the proper rituals for the dead bodies of their relatives. Purport. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the first canto, 7th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Son of Drona Punished.
Yeah, chapter is done with 58th verse. So as usual, we are reading translations only. So let us look at 7th chapter. Yeah, 7th chapter. Akinchan Prabhu, please start 5 verses. So let us completely read this chapter again with verse only.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Chapter 7, the son of Drona punished. Text 1. Rishi Saulaka asked, O Sutta, the great and transcendental powerful Vyasadeva heard everything from Sri Narada Muni. So after Narada's departure, what did the Vyasadeva do? Sri Sutta said, on the western bank of the river Saraswati, which is intimately related with the Vedas, there is a cottage for meditation for Samyaprasha, which elevates the transcendental activities of the sages. In that place, Sri Vyasadeva, in his own ashrama, which was surrounded by the berry trees, sat down to meditate after touching water for purification. Thus, he fixed his mind perfectly, engaging it while linking it to the devotional service Bhakti Yoga without any tinge of materialism. And thus, he saw the absolute personality of Godhead along with his external energy, which was under full control. Due to the external energy, the living entity, although transcendental to the 3 modes of the material nature, thinks of himself as the material product and thus undergoes the reaction of material miseries. Correct.
Sure, Prabhu. Yeah, thank you. 5 verses. Okay. Praveen Prabhu or Aryan Prabhu, who are there? Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Praveen Prabhu, Aryan Prabhu, Puja Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Dandana Prabhuji.
None of them.
The material miseries of the living entity, which are superfluous to him, can be directly mitigated by the linking process of devotional service. But the mass of people do not know this, and therefore the learned Vyasadeva compiled this Vedic literature, which is in relation to the supreme truth. Aryan Prabhu.
Simply
Text
by
7.
giving oral reception to this Vedic literature, the feeling for loving devotional service to Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality Godhead, sprouts up at once to extinguish the fire of lamentation, illusion, and fearfulness. The great sage Vyasadeva, after compiling the Srimad Bhagavatam and revising it, taught it to his own son. Sri Sukadeva Goswami was already engaged in self-realization. Sri Saunaka asked Asuta Goswami, Sri Sukadeva Goswami was already on the path of self-realization, and thus he was pleased with his own self. Why did he take the trouble to undergo the study of such a vast literature? Sudha Goswami said, all different varieties of Atma Ramas, those who take pleasure in the Atma spirit self, especially those established on the path of self-realization, though freed from all kinds of material bondage, desire or render unalloyed devotional service unto the personality of Godhead. This means that the Lord possesses transcendental qualities and therefore can attract everyone, including liberated souls. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Chandramal Prabhu, would you be able to read?
Hare Krishna. Test translation purpose Prabhupada. Test 11 kar Prabhuji.
11.
Srila Sukadeva Goswami, son of Srila Vyasadeva, was not only transcendentally powerful, he was also very dear to the devotees of the Lord. Thus, he underwent the study of this great narration. Text 12. Sutta Goswami thus addressed the rishis headed by Saunaka. Now I shall begin the transcendental narration of the Lord Sri Krishna and the topics of the birth, activities, and deliverance of King Parishit, the sage amongst the kings, as well as the topics of the renunciation of the worldly order by the sons of Pandu. Text 13 and 14. Then the respective warriors of both camps, namely the Kauravas and the Pandavas, were killed on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and the dead warriors obtained their deserved destinations. And when the son of Dhritarashtra fell down lamenting, his spine broken, being beaten by the club of Bhimasena, the son of Dronacharya, Aswathama, before had the 5 sleeping sons of Draupadi, and delivered the heads as a prize to his master, foolishly thinking that he would be pleased. Duryodhana, however, disapproved of the heinous act, and he was not pleased in the least.
Okay, answer completely.
Okay. Shall I continue, Prabhu?
Yeah, text 15 also complete. 5 verses. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Text 15. Draupadi, the mother of the 5 children of the Pandavas, after hearing of the massacre of her sons, began to cry in distress with eyes full of tears, trying to pacify her in her great loss. Arjuna spoke to her thus.
Yeah. Raju Prabhu. Would you be able to read, Prabhu?
Yeah, yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, please.
16, text 16. O gentle lady, when I present you with the head of the Brahmana, after beheading him with arrows from my Gandiva bow, I shall then wipe the tears from your eyes and pacify you. Then, after burning your sons' bodies, you can take your bath standing on his head. Text 17. Arjuna, who is guided by the infallible Lord as friend and driver, thus satisfied the dear lady by such statements. Then he dressed the armor and armed himself with the furious weapons. And getting into his chariot, he set out to follow Aswathama, the son of his marital teacher. Sorry, marital teacher.
Marshall.
Marshall, sorry. Marshall teacher. Aswathama, the mother of the princess, seeing from his great distance Arjuna coming at him with great speed, fled in his chariot, panic stricken, just to save his life, as Brahmana fled in fear from Shiva. When the son of the Brahmana, Ashwadhama, saw that his horses were tired, he considered that there was no alternative for protection outside of his using the ultimate weapon, the Brahmastra nuclear weapon. Since his life was in danger, he touched water in sanctity and concentrated upon the chanting of the hymns for throwing nuclear weapons, although he did not know how to withdraw such weapons. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. Ram read, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, please read.
Thereupon, a glaring light spread in all directions. It was so fierce that Arjuna thought his own life in danger, and so he began to address Lord Sri Krishna. Arjuna said, "O my Lord Sri Krishna, you are the almighty personality of Godhead. There is no limit to your different energies. Therefore, only you are competent to instill fearlessness in the hearts of your devotees. Everyone in the flames of material miseries can find the path of liberation in you only. You are the original personality of Godhead who expands himself all over the creation and is transcendental to material energy. You have cast away the effects of the material energy by dint of your spiritual potency. You are always situated in eternal bliss and transcendental knowledge. And yet, though you are beyond the purview of the material energy, you execute the four principles of liberation characterized by religion and so on for the ultimate good of the conditioned souls. Thus, you descend as an incarnation to remove the burden of the world and to benefit your friends, especially those who are your exclusive devotees and are constantly wrapped in meditation upon you. Hare Krishna.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Let me read 5 verses. Text 26. O Lord of Lords, how is it that this dangerous effulgence is spreading all around? Where does it come from? I do not understand it. The Supreme Personality of God said, "Know from me that this is the act of the son of Drona. He has thrown the hymns of nuclear energy, Brahmastra, and he does not know how to retract the glare. He has helplessly done this, being afraid of imminent death. O Arjuna, only another Brahmastra can counteract this weapon. Since you are expert in the military science, subdue this weapon's glare with the power of your own weapon." Sri Suta Goswami said, hearing this from the personality of Godhead, Arjuna touched water for purification, and after circumambulating Lord Sri Krishna, he cast his Brahmastra weapon to counteract the other one. Text 30. When the rays of the two Brahmastras combined, a great circle of fire, like the disk of the sun, covered all outer space and the whole firmament of planets. Okay. When the rays of the two Brahmastras combined, a great circle of fire, like the disk of the sun, covered all outer space and the whole firmament of planets. Let us read up to 40 verses. Okay. Deepa Mataji, please read.
All the population of the 3 worlds was scorched by the combined heat of the weapons. Everyone was reminded of the Samvartaka fire, which takes place at the time of annihilation. Thus, seeing the disturbance of the general populace and the imminent destruction of the planets, Arjuna at once retracted both Brahmastra weapons as Lord Krishna desired. Arjuna, his eyes blazing in anger like two red balls of copper, dexterously arrested the son of Gautami and bound him with ropes like an animal. After binding Ashwatthama, Arjuna wanted to take him to the military camp. The personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, looking on with his lotus eyes, spoke to Arjuna in an angry mood. Lord Sri Krishna said, "O Arjuna, you should not show mercy by releasing this relative of a Brahmana, Brahmabandhu, for he has killed innocent boys in their sleep." Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Samyukta Mataji, please read. Please. 40 verses.
Yes, Prabhuji. Text 36. A person who knows the principles of religion does not kill an enemy who is careless, intoxicated, insane, asleep, afraid, or devoid of his chariot. Nor does he kill a boy, a woman, a foolish creature, or a surrendered soul. A cruel and wretched person who maintains his existence at the cost of others' lives deserves to be killed for his own well-being. Otherwise, he will go down by his own actions. Furthermore, I have personally heard you promise Draupadi that you would bring forth the head of the killer of her sons. This man is an assassin and murderer of your own family members. Not only that, but he has also dissatisfied his master. He is but the burnt remnants of his family. Kill him immediately. Suta Goswami said, although Krishna, who was examining Arjuna in religion, encouraged Arjuna to kill the son of Dronacharya, Arjuna, a great soul, did not like the idea of killing him, although Ashwadhama was the heinous murderer of Arjuna's family members. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Actually, there are 58 verses. Let us complete, no? Okay. Another 5 minutes. Let us complete. Yeah, Sandhya Mata, you can do. Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Text 41. After reaching his own camp, Arjuna, along with his dear friend and charioteer, Sri Krishna, entrusted the murderer unto his dear wife, who was lamenting for her murdered sons. Text 42. Sri Suta Goswami said, Draupadi then saw Ashwadhama, who was bound with ropes like an animal and silent for having enacted the most inglorious murder. Due to her female nature and due to her being naturally good and well behaved, she showed him due respects as a Brahmana. Text 43. She could not tolerate Ashwadhama's being bound by ropes, and being a devoted lady, she said, release him, for he is a Brahmana, our spiritual master. Text 44. It was by Dronacharya's mercy that you learned the military art of throwing arrows and the confidential art of controlling weapons. Text 45. He, Dronacharya, is certainly still existing, being represented by his sons. His wife Kripi did not undergo a sati with him because she had a son.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Lavanya. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Lavanya,
Yeah.
would you like to read?
Text 45 only. Hare Krishna.
46.
O most fortunate, one who knows the principles of religion, it is not good for you to cause grief to glorious family members who are always respectable and worshipful. 47. My lord, do not make the wife of Dronacharya cry like me. I am aggrieved for the death of my sons. She need not cry constantly like me. Text 48. If the kingly administrative order, being unrestricted in sense control, offends the Brahmana order and enrages them, then the fire of that rage burns up to the whole body of the royal family and brings grief upon them all. Text 49. Suta Goswami said, O Brahmanas, King Yudhishthira fully supported the statements of the queen, which were in accordance with the principles of religion and were justified, glorious, full of mercy and equity, and without duplicity. Text 50. Nakula and Sahadeva, the younger brothers of the king, and also Satyaki, Arjuna, the personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, son of Devaki, and the ladies and other all unanimously agreed with the king.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Lavanya. Yes. Akinjan Prabhu, complete this, all the 8 verses.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were, however, angrily disagreed with them and recommended killing this culprit who has murdered sleeping children for no purpose and for neither of his nor his master's interest. Chaturbuja, the four-armed bull, are this personality of the godhead. After hearing the words of Bhima, Draupadi and others saw the faces of his dear friend Arjuna, and he began to speak as if smiling. The personality of Godhead Sri Krishna said, "A friend of Brahmana is not to be killed, but if he is an aggressor, he must be killed." All these rulings are in the scriptures, and you should act accordingly. You have to fulfill your promise to your wife, and you must also act to the satisfaction of Bhimasena and me. Sutta Goswami said, just then Arjuna could understand the motive of the Lord by his equivocal orders, and thus with his word he served he severed both hair and jewel from the head of Ashwatthama. Ashwatthama, had already lost his bodily luster due to infanticide, and now, moreover, having lost the jewel from his head, he lost even more strength. Thus, he was unbound and driven out of the camp, cutting the hair from the head, depriving him of the wealth, and driving him from his residence are the prescribed punishments for the relative of the Brahmana. There is no injection for killing the body. Therefore, thereafter, the sons of Pandu and Draupadi, overwhelmed with grief, perform the proper rituals for the dead bodies of their relatives. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, this chapter talks about the punishment of Drona's son Ashwatthama, how they punished. Okay, so thank you so much for reading with all of us. Again, Dandavat Pranam. So let us go to our Bhakti Shastri Sloka practice. Let me share. You are able to see my screen, right? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, we can.
Yeah. So last time, 7th chapter, 3 verses, 8th chapter, 2 verses done. One Mataji or Prabhuji, please recite those 7th chapter, 3 verses, 8th chapter, 2 verses. Today we will do 3 verses of 9th chapter. We'll practice. Okay. Anybody likes to do 9th, that 7th chapter recitation, 7th and 8th chapter recitation? 7.5, 7.14, 7.19, 8.5, 8.16. So 5 verses.
If no one is there, I'll go, Prabhu. If no one is there. If nobody. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Apareyam itastanyam prakritim vidhi me param jivabhuta mahabaho yayedam dharyate jagat. Besides this, O mighty armored Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind, which comprises the living entities who are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature. 7.14 Devi Hyasha Gunamaya Mayamaya Dhuratyaya Mameva Ye Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. The divine energy of mind, consisting of 3 modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. Bahunam Janma Namante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate Vasudevaha Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabhaha. After many births and deaths, he who actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes, and all that is. Such a great soul is very rare. 8.5
Antakale cha mame cha smaran muktya kalevaram.
Mameva. Antakale cha
Smaran
mameva.
in Prabhuji.
Antakale cha mameva.
Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram yah prayati sa mad bhavam yati nastratya samshayaha. Translation. And whoever at the end of his life quits his body, remembering me alone at once, attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt. 8.16.
మీరు చెప్పేది చెప్పాలి ప్రభు. భలే చెప్తారు కదా, ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ భలే చెప్తారు కదా. Of this there is no doubt. Of this there is no doubt. అట్లా గట్టిగా చెప్పాలి. Yes, nice, nice. Go ahead.
ఆ బ్రహ్మ భువనాలోక పునరావర్తినో అర్జున మాము పేత్యంతు కౌంతేయ పునర్జన్మన విద్యతే. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery wherein repeated birth and death takes place. But one who attains to my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Prasad Prabhu. We'll read 9th chapter, 3 verses. Okay, please repeat after me. Okay, and I have updated the dates. We have exam on, we have time, 20 days, 22 days, 22nd, no? 27 days. We can easily do that, 14 verses. Let us do, okay? So today we'll read 3 verses from 9th chapter. Recite. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam. Please repeat after me. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam.
Rajaguhyam.
Pavitram idamuttamam.
Pavitram idamuttamam.
Pratyakshaavagamam dharmyam.
Pratyakshaavagamam dharmyam.
Susukham kartumavyayam.
Susukam kartumavyayam.
Next two lines, then complete verse I'll do. Okay, 2 lines. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram
idamuttamam
Pratyakshaavagamam dharmyam susukham kartumavyayam. You can see here, no? Pratyaksha avagamam, like that. 2 combination of words. Pratyaksha avagamam. Pratyaksha avagamam. Avagamam. Understood. Okay. The complete verse. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitramidamuttamam Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartumavyayam.
Rajavidya
Yeah. This knowledge is a king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is a perfection of religion. It is everlasting, and it is joyfully performed. Okay. After this, we'll recite all the 3. But let us practice 9.4. First one is 9.2, Rajavidya. Next 9.4. Maya tatam idam sarvam.
Maya tatam idam sarvam.
Jagat avyakta murtina.
Jagat avyakta murtina.
Mastani sarva bhutani.
Mastani sarva bhutani.
Nachaham teshva avastitaha.
Nachaham teshva avastitaha.
Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina.
Maya tatam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina.
Astani sarva bhutani nachaham teshva avastitaha.
Mastani sarva bhutani nachaham teshva avastitaha.
Complete verse. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina. Mastani sarva bhutani nachaham teshva avastitaha.
Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina. Mastani sarva bhutani nachaham teshva avastitaha.
Nachaham tesha avastitaha.
Vastitaha.
My wife is super fast. Express. Very good. By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. I am not in them. Yeah.
Wonderful.
I'm not in them, but he is a spiritual world. Yes.
I can never understand this sloka, Prabhu, before joining ISKCON. I struggled. This is sloka.
Now
Especially. Yeah.
And now you got the clarity, right?
I understood. 9.4. I read so many books to understand only 9.4. I can never understand that.
Then you have to thankful or grateful or happy about Srila Prabhupada.
Yes, Prabhuji. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you. 9.14. Very, very important. This already we practice with our kids. Okay. 9.14. Satatam kirtayanto mam. Yetantascha drudhavrataha. Namasyantascha mam bhaktya.
Bhakta
Nitya yukta upasate. Two lines. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha drudhavrataha. Namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. Complete verse. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha drudhavrataha namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate.
Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha
So Krishna says, no? Krishna says about the pure devotees, what they are doing. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me. These great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. Perpetually means no stoppage, continuous. These great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. Krishna himself said 9:14. So all these three verses, two to Prabhus, two to Matadis. Please do this. Complete. Translation and verse, sloka recitation, translation. 1, 2, 3. 9.2, 9.4, 9.14. Remember the verse numbers. 9.2, 9.4, 9.14. Yeah, please do that. Sloka recitation and translation. Dipa Mata, you want to do?
Yes, Prabhuji, I can do it. Chapter 9, Shloka 9.2. Rajavidya Rajakohyam Pavitram Idamuttamam Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartumavyayam. Translation. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. 9.4. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagat avyaktamurtina matsthani sarva bhutani nachaham teshvavasthita. Translation. By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. 9.14. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridhavrata namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. Translation. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhus, yeah, Hare Krishna. Prabhus, Akinjan Prabhu or anybody, please repeat, please recite.
Hare Krishna. Go ahead, Prabhuji.
Raju Prabhu Naru, Akinjan Prabhu.
Akinjan Prabhuji, go ahead, Prabhuji.
Okay, third. 9.2 Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam Pavitram Idam Uttavam प्रत्यक्षा अवगमम धर्मम यम सुसुखम कर्तुम अव्ययम. This knowledge is the king of the education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception to the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. Nine point 4. Vayatatam idam sarvam jagat avyaktamurtila vastali sarva bhutali lachaham tesha avasthihata. By me, by unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. 9.14. Satatam kirtayanto mam yetantascha dridam vritha navaschata sorry
Children, look at here.
navasyantascha mam
Children, namasyantaha. Namasyantascha.
navaschanta chabam nitya chabam bhaktya Ditya Yukta Upasate, always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me. These great souls perpetually worship me with devotion.
Jai, thank you, Prabhu. Raju Prabhu, what to do?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, great.
Bhagavad Gita 9.2. Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pratyaksha Vagamam Dharmyam Sukam Kartum Avyayam. Translation: This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perceptions of the self relation, of the self by relation. It is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. Bhagavad Gita 9.4. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyaktamurtina matthani sarva bhutani nachaham tvesha tesva avastitaha. Translation: By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Bhagavad Gita 9.14. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantacha drudavritaha namasyantacha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. Translation: Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me. These great souls perfectly worship me with devotion.
Thank you, Babu. Anybody, Mata is with you, we'll wind up.
Hare Krishna, I'll go for my practice. 9.2. Bhagavad Gita 9.2. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitramidamuttamam Pratyaksha-vagamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartumabhyayam. Translation: This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion, and it is everlasting, and it is joyfully performed. Bhagavad Gita 9.4. Maya tadam idam sarvam jagat avyaktamurtina mastani sarva bhutani nachaham teshvavastita. Translation: By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Bhagavad Gita 9.14. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantasya drudavrata namasyantasya mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. Translation: Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion.
Nice, thank you, Lavanya. Actually, Mata, Samyukta Mata, you want to do?
Finish till 30 seconds further.
Prabhu? She's there. Samyukta Mataji, you want to do?
Prabhuji, Mataji is busy with the
Oh, kids. Oh,
Shall I
no,
try,
no. Then,
Prabhuji? If it is okay.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
I'm fine, Prabhuji.
Try. You can try.
Okay.
9.2.
Yeah, Bhagavad Gita 9.2. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idamuttamam Pratyaksha Avagamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartumavyayam. Translation. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. 9.4 Shloka. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyaktyamurtina matstani sarva bhutani nachaham teshva avastitaha. Translation. By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Sloka 9.14. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridhavrataha namashantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. Translation. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. We'll see you all tomorrow. Pancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Book Reading ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hidai Gaur Hari Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Have a happy Krishna conscious Monday.